Hello and welcome back to Traveling with Homeschool Together. Ariel, we're going to lead off with some tech device. Ring, ring. Ring, ring.
So welcome back.
Do you happen to have any credit cards on your cell phone?
Shush. So before we get into it, we're just continuing our series on great travel items that we've had. We've taken 2 long trips, one internationally, one domestically. They're both a month long. And we have a lot of items that we absolutely love traveling and traveling with our kids in our homeschool that we wanted to share with you. So everything will be below. There's affiliate links down there if you'd like to support the show. We really appreciate that. So yes, now you can do your bit. Do your bit.
Ring, ring. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, I lost my credit card. Do you have a credit card?
So if you, even if you don't use one of these normally, consider getting one for travel. This is a Spigen case. I don't know, put the link down below. It can basically hold 3 cards in here. I usually keep my driver's license, my debit card, my credit card in here. You can put like your credit card and a little bit of cash, whatever you'd like to have. This came in super handy. We have been at theme parks, and even when you're...
Especially with like your runner's belt that we talked about last week.
Right.
Being able to put this in there, not having to have a separate wallet. Like I have a minimalist wallet, but even that would be almost too much for that runner's belt.
With this and your
and
AirPods, all the things,
yeah.
right? So even if you don't want to use one of these normally, definitely consider the investment if you're traveling. We're going to be going to Europe next year, and I'm thinking about like walking around a European city and knowing that I can just have everything in one place, and I don't have to have a separate
in
purse.
A bag across your,
Yeah, everything can be secure, and I don't have to carry a separate wallet is really nice. So especially since so much now is using Apple Pay. I don't know about Europe, but definitely here domestically, I used Apple Pay almost everywhere. So I rarely had to open this, but it's been very secure. I don't know how much you can see, but it's super beat up. We've dropped it like a bunch of times, and it has never popped open. So consider getting a case like this for your phone if you're going to be traveling.
Now, speaking of phones, when you're in these parks or when you're in places, and sometimes we don't have access to a little charging station or a cord, think about getting yourself one of these guys.
So yeah, this is an Anchor Power Brick.
Can recharge I think an iPhone about 2 or 3 times the size we got. This is the 10 milliamp hour.
Yeah, this is fantastic we've kept one of these for quite a long time. This is a newer one. We had an older one that we've replaced because we had it for, I don't know, a decade or
forever,
something.
Yeah.
We take them camping, anytime that we go out like hiking or anywhere. It was great for theme parks. They do have some power banks that you can plug into, but if you don't want to stop moving, you can just plug it in your bag and keep going.
There's some of them now that not only are power banks, but also inductive power banks. So they have the inductive element where you can just put your phone on top of it. So you don't even need to have a cable as well. So
yeah, I liked having this, especially too on the airplane. I'd make sure that you have it charged up. The airplanes always say, oh yeah, they have in-seat power. And like, I don't know, there's maybe like a 50% chance that in-seat power works.
Yeah.
So definitely have this with you or in the airport so that you can keep your phone going.
It's very lightweight, and it just gives you the 2 or 3 chargers you
It's
may need.
lightweight. I think it was like $20 or less. I mean, it's really worth it, and these last a long time. So consider getting a power brick. And Anchor is a really good brand. So we'll put the link down to this in the show notes.
Sometimes you need to find your husband who's lost, and not children. Children are really good. Husbands can be lost, but we AirTagged our children, especially in the parks.
This is some really cheap insurance.
This is a little silicone watch that has a little Mickey Mouse on it, so it looks like a little watch the children can wear, and then it clips on really nicely. But on the inside is an AirTag from Apple. And you can buy about 4 of these, I think, for about $100. They have battery life that lasts, I think, 2 or 3 years. So you get a nice longevity on that. Wherever you are accessing, wherever there are other iPhones, this AirTag will secretly and privately communicate the location of this AirTag through the network to your phone. So you can track this AirTag wherever it is. So for heaven forbid one of your children steps away and you get lost, if you're around a lot of other people, it's highly likely, every other phone is an iPhone, you will be able to, basically track where this device is to within like a very narrow proximity. So for us, it was just a little bit of insurance. We never needed it, but if we did, it was there. and we felt good.
Well,
we felt good with the girls both wearing them.
it was really great for the theme parks, of course. It was also great for the airport. And one of the other things that I really like about it is that it actually can make a noise. So, for example, my daughter and I were in Diagon Alley at Universal, and I had to wait in line for the butterbeer ice cream, as one has to do, and it was like 20 minutes. And she wanted to go and use her wand right there in Diagon Alley, and I felt like it was safe enough for her to do that. And I told her, I will ping you on your watch when our ice cream's
Makes a
ready.
little chirping sound.
Yep,
Chirp, chirp,
and you
chirp.
come back. The other thing that I told the girls is if you ever get lost, we will chirp you, and that's your clue to stay put, and that we'll come get you, that we know where you are and we're coming for you. Just stay where you are. So this little watch came in a 2-pack. They're both really cute. Our daughters loved wearing them. The AirTag is water resistant, so if you have them at a water park or something, we put these on the girls at water parks, and we have an older daughter who's almost 9, and she's at that point where we're letting her have little bits of like, oh, you can go ride that water slide. That's okay. We can kind of see. We're giving her little bits of freedom, but this makes us feel really secure, and it's good, cheap insurance. So not good if you're going to go out hiking or something, but if you're going to be in a really populated area, this is excellent. And the AirTags as well. We AirTagged all of our luggage.
Yep.
Especially our car seat bag, because that was one that we wanted to make sure really arrived.
Yep.
And if it wasn't going to arrive, then we would have to do some quick scrambling on that one in the airport. We wanted to know.
It is fun while you're waiting for your flight to watch the process of moving your bag around
where's
the
all
airport.
of our bags?
Where's our bags?
But it's great. It's really great security when you take off and it says all your bags are with you.
They're on the plane. Yeah.
Yeah, really nice.
What's also nice too is if you're waiting for your luggage check, your baggage check, and you're waiting for things to arrive on like the carousel and stuff, you can actually track to see where your bag is. Sometimes the oversized bags are not deposited in the same area. Different airports do different things, and maybe it's over there. You can immediately open the app, find out where that bag is, and go, oh, the oversized bags are 100 feet that way, so I'll go get the oversized bag.
That's exactly what happened to us when we got to Seattle. Our car seat bag was not in where the oversized bags were supposed to be. It was in another area, because we had it tagged, we were able to find it. So AirTags and then these cheap little silicone watches for your kids are really great.
Absolutely. So, clicker device. Actually, start here. Little phone.
So
phone holder.
Yeah, this is a quick selfie stick, so it's going to hold your phone.
Little thing comes off.
Yep, it's got a telescoping thing. It also, the bottom actually opens into a little tripod. Oof. So you can
you can podcast on the road.
So you can hold it at a distance for the selfie stick business. You can use the little tripod if you want.
The little clicker has magnetically coupling.
Yeah, and then when you're holding out as a selfie stick, you can use this clicker, or you take it off and it's Bluetooth connected to your phone. So this is really great. If you're looking to do theme parks, just know that you can't bring this one into the theme parks, but this is great, and I'm really excited for us to take this to Europe with us because it's a quick way to have a little tripod and selfie stick in one. And so we've been really happy with this.
Helpful, to get those family photos and not have to ask somebody else to take the photo for you all the time. Another little clicker device here.
Yeah, this is a Zenvo Shutterbug.
It's a little Bluetooth clicker as well.
Yep, so if you
don't have one of those and you just want a Bluetooth clicker and you already have like a housing or a stand or whatnot, you can have this in pair.
Right.
It's a quick turn on, it pairs very quickly, and you can just start taking photos and whatnot.
I like this one too because it comes with a little lanyard, so it was nice. I was able to clip it right to my backpack. And then we had a nicer tripod that we took with us when we went to Europe, so it was really great. Or if you've got like a little gorilla pod or something that you want to do for your phone, you're going to go somewhere more wilderness based and you want that. This is really reliable and works at a greater distance than some of the cheaper ones. So yeah,
absolutely,
highly recommend. Bluetooth receiver.
Ariel, when we travel, we put a lot of stuff in our bags, and sometimes Ariel has to call in the gun show.
Yeah,
right here
I have to ask him, so how many pounds do you think this is? Because we don't want to get charged extra. No one wants to get charged extra for baggage, right?
And then she goes and gets the scale in the bathroom and puts it on and goes, wow, he's really good at that. But I think eventually she got tired of asking me, and she wanted to get a little Amazon Basics weight measuring
I got
device.
this for Christmas. I was really
So
excited.
basically you clip this to your bag, and then when you hold it, it's
so it goes around the handle.
A little measurer.
It clips like that.
Tells you how everything.
And then you can hold it, and it's going to tell you exactly how heavy it is. What I love is this is so compact. It was easy for us to pack with us. And then on the way home, we could make sure, you redistribute stuff on your way home. With family, you have so many bags.
We've seen the
the
nightmare scenario, like waiting in line to leave somewhere, and somebody rolls up a bag, and it looks huge, and you go, my goodness, I don't know if they're getting that one through. And they put it on there, and they're like, sorry, sir, it's 56 pounds. It can only be 55, and so they have to open it, and they're putting on sweaters, and they're like, putting one thing into another bag. It's a nightmare. Have that, rest assured that your bag is.
This is
the
really
right way.
inexpensive, and it's really small.
Really small, great. We've never put any more batteries in it, and that you can slide it into the bag as well to take it with you.
Yeah, so I think that this is definitely worth having, especially if you're going to travel a bit.
Another big one here. Oh, what's in this case?
Yep, so this is a Canon Ivy printer.
Here's the actual printer here.
Yep, and
a little slot where the pictures come out.
It uses this zinc paper, and I think this is a thermal.
Yeah, it's a thermal paper.
So it prints these little 2x3 pictures.
So if you're having your child, you're doing homeschool on the road, and you want them to do like a little journal, and you guys are snapping photos while you guys are on the trip, you can pair your phone to the Ivy printer, and then go ahead and print a photo from your phone onto the printer, and then they can take that and put that into like a scrapbook or in a journal or whatever they might be doing.
And these are all sticky backed, so that's really fun. They print, that's just Bluetooth, so it prints right from your phone.
It's about $100, I think.
Yeah.
It does about, what was it, like 10 or 15, 20 prints before you had to charge it again?
Yeah, I think it was like 15 prints before you charge it. But
so there's a battery on here, so you don't actually have to have this, plugged in anywhere. So you can print on the go, or if you wanted to.
This was a great way for our kids to, our older daughter, to make her travel journal.
The paper, the picture paper is a little bit more expensive than you would think. There's like, what, 5 or 6 pictures in each one?
I think it ended up being like 40 cents a print, maybe. So it's not like super expensive, but it's not wildly cheap either. But the convenience of having this, I was able to send this with my parents when they took our daughter on a cruise, and she was able to print pictures there. I think it just really enhances the journal experience to be able to print a picture. Because I've looked at other ways to make travel journals before, and a lot of times they'll say like, oh, just write in, reserved for the picture of the castle here kind of thing. And I mean, that's okay, but our daughter loved this. So what we would do is every night she would get to choose one picture to represent the day that she thought was like the best picture of the day, and then she would write a bit about her experiences.
It's also something we enjoy doing at the end of the day, is all kind of sitting together and looking at the photos from the day and just kind of reminiscing on what we saw. And it kind of fits in with that experience as well.
So really nice in the fact that they're adhesive back to pictures. I think it's a super fun way to document your travels, or if you have a nature journal and your kids want to go out and do that, the fact that they already come out with adhesive on the back is like, and it was very easy for our kids to use. They're also in the app, you can like resize it, color it, do edits, and put stickers on it. You can do all kinds of stuff. Cool. So really fun for our kids.
The AirFly in a bag.
Yeah, so take this out. Okay. So this is really cool. So you're on the plane and you have an in-flight entertainment system there, and you're gonna have to use the crummy headphones that they provide, or bring your own headphones. Well, we use AirPods or some sort of wireless earbuds. We don't have, we're not bringing the big old headphones, and we don't want to use the crummy ones from the airline. So what this does is this actually plugs into the system and transmits it via Bluetooth to your wireless headphones. The other thing that this will do is...
Has adapters as well. They have those like...
Well, actually, we bought these separate.
Yeah, these are, you have the funky adapters on the airplanes.
Yeah, it was like $5 to buy this, and I just keep it with the iFly just in case. The other thing that I like about the iFly is that it actually has dual channel. So if I wanted to have a movie on my seat back and you and I wanted to watch the same movie, we could do that with this and both on our wireless earbuds. The other thing that it will do is anywhere where, like our kids wanted to listen to something, even if you had a tablet and you both wanted to, like we have a Samsung tablet. We don't want to pair both of our AirPods to the Samsung tablet. Maybe we want to watch a movie there. We can plug it in, or our kids, they have their wireless over-ear earphones.
Yeah, we've used splitters. We have a splitter cable as well for both girls to listen to it with their, wired headphones and whatnot.
But then you've got wires, and they're eating on the plane, and they're getting their elbows caught in the wires and everything.
Or we're driving, and they're like, someone invariably bumps it, or, 5-year-old carefully pushes it so it just angles a little bit better towards her, and they start complaining and all that type of stuff.
So this is nice. It's just a way for you to get an audio signal to come over Bluetooth, and it can go to either 1 or 2 different destinations. So yeah, I think this is a really valuable little thing to travel with. So this is called the AirFly. We'll put a link below.
So that is all the tech for general travel. Now we're going to get into a little bit of working from a distance.
Well, or, you know, if you just want to set up your computer from, you know, even if you're not working remotely, even if you just, I mean, we're used to having pretty nice computer setups, I think, at home, especially with our homeschool. We're looking at our digital curriculum and we're surfing the internet.
We're dual monitors, but they're not like small, they're pretty big. And then you at work, you have the double monitor setup. And so we're used to working, you know, in a larger setup. And so we'll show you kind of how you do that. But the first thing is maybe you don't want to type on your laptop the whole time because you're using your laptop as one of the monitors. Ariel picked up a nice little Bluetooth keyboard.
Well, so show the gray thing there.
The gray thing.
Okay. So the reason that I picked this up is I have a laptop, which of course has a keyboard, but I did want to use it more as a monitor. So what I grabbed was I got this stand here. And the way that this works is it's
very robust. Like watching it's machined aluminum type of thing.
Yeah, it's metal. So the cool thing about this, I'll kind of show it, is that it could put it in an angle. So what I did was
your laptop keyboard here, and then your screen would be up here.
Exactly. So it raises your screen up, so you're not going to get that eye strain of looking down.
Yep.
But it puts your computer keyboard at an angle that you wouldn't type on, which is why I got the little wireless keyboard. So I really liked this.
Battery life on these are really good. There's some that have batteries, like a lithium battery inside, so you just charge them. This one I think is a battery powered one, like a AA.
Yeah, it's a AA, and I used it for a whole month and it never ran out of battery. So it worked out really nicely. And it's funny to say like, oh, you just don't want to bend your neck down, but when you're working for a month and you know
you're used to a certain setup, like whether at home and you've got this beautiful setup that's up here and you're sitting back and you got nice ergonomics, or whether you're at work and you're used to that, just sitting there like this for a whole month is just going to ruin your posture. It's going to ruin your experience.
I mean, this thing is like maybe £1 and so worth it. And then the other thing that goes with it is we got this, which is another little stand. So what I did was I had my laptop on the one, and on this one I put my portable monitor.
Portable monitor, yep. Go ahead.
So
flip that over, yep.
So I would just put this here like this, and then I'd have my laptop here. So I actually had dual monitors. This just plugs in with a USB-C. This is a 15.4-inch monitor. It looks beautiful. It's like, I think, $115 maybe.
It is super thin. I mean, we're talking like an iPad thin.
Yeah, you can kind of see how thin it is. It's very light. I think it might weigh 2.5 pounds.
Not a touch screen or anything like that. It's just a monitor.
This is also, because this is an HDMI monitor, this also works out if you wanted another like screen for something, like you wanted to watch a movie or something, and you have, maybe you're only traveling with an iPad or something. This actually can take its own power via USB-C, and then you can plug in USB-C to display it. I also had a little portable mouse pad, just a really small one. I know this seems silly, but you know, you don't know what kind of surface you're going to be working on, and then you've got your mouse, it's not working right. I was like, you know, this is worth the $6 or something to just put this little portable mouse pad in my kit. So I have my dual monitor set up with their raised, then I have my Bluetooth keyboard, and then the last thing is your whole this bag. I love. Even if you're not going to work remotely or even want to do a nice computer setup, this is a side-by-side. I saw this on a video on YouTube and I had to have it.
You use this daily. You use this almost daily.
I use this daily. Yeah. I did not intend to buy the camo print, so don't do that. Although it is kind of pretty. But what this is it is a total solution to hold all of your cables and things. So let me show you what's in here. So this is a half side. I'm able to keep my wireless mouse and a power brick, just in case there's not one, and the brick for my laptop in one side. Now the other side completely opens. All right, so in here I have my cloth for my monitor, my Fitbit charger, my USB-C, my iPhone, my Kindle charger, a pen. I've got an extra charger for your iPhone.
Backup batteries.
On this side, yep, I've got backup batteries for my mouse and my keyboard. I have my extra credit card. I've got little adapters here. This is room for a SIM card. I have my USB-C. Here I've got my power cord for the laptop, and I have my USB-C to USB-C for my, my spare monitor. Everything is held in one spot. Yep. So I take this with me every day, and if there's, I have a cord for everything. I've got the micro USB, the USB-C. I'm just like the cord queen with this. And I love this because it's just so easy on the go. It goes
Slips
with
right
me
in.
anywhere.
Nice, great form factor.
Great form factor, and I just like that. You never know what extra type of cable you're gonna need. And kind of like if you watched our video last week and it's like, oh, mom has all the travel documents. I feel like mom has all the cables too. Yep. And somebody's gonna forget that one cable and it's like, no problem, I got us covered. I think the one thing that we can't show, speaking of cabling, because we ended up taking it up to your parents to leave there.
It's a charging brick.
Yeah, we had a USB charge brick that did like 6-port maybe.
Yeah, so you can imagine like a brick similar, a little smaller than this.
A little smaller.
But on the side is just, USB connector after USB connector. It has a little DC connector that goes into the back, and it's got some indicators on the top. And you just like, it's like a spider web. It's like an octopus arms of all your cables. And we get these little short cables. I think we have one right up there that does all the phones and all our
Yeah, you can get real short ones.
Get little short USB cables, the lightning cables, the real short ones. And so we just have this station where we just plug everything in and it all just gets charged.
Yeah, so I think between, all of our phones, we have tablets, we've got the Canon printer, we have the battery backup, we have our AirPods, and there's the kids' Yodos. I guess that's the other tech thing that we can't show you is our kids love their Yodo players. They took them both with us when we went to Florida. I'm sure they are coming with us to Europe because 100%. They're fabulous screen-free audio. We've got to plug in the wireless headphones for the kids, and the amount of things, our Kindles, I mean, there's just, so having a little power brick is nice.
It was something that we learned when we went 2 years ago on our first trip, is we did a test pack. And one of the things that we did on the lead up to the travel is we did a test electronics setup and tried to find where we might be missing something because, you realize how many charging cables you need, or you need how many wall bricks do we need? Oh, if we just got one of these nice little bricks and a bunch of short cables, it would just be easier and we would actually take less. Having a whole like tech test or tech pack really taught us on like really what we needed to optimize. You really optimized your setup for the go this time. Did you bring this to Ireland?
Yep, I did.
So you did, okay.
Yeah, I brought the spare monitor, but the other piece is to actually elevate everything. I didn't bring.
Because you ended up going top to top. You went on you had your lower screen and then you had the upper screen, right?
No, I had them side by side, but they were on the desk.
But they were like different levels?
No, they weren't. Not for Ireland, but for Orlando, I did raise both the screens.
Both of them up, yeah.
And that really helped with neck strain. Yeah, I think the idea of the test pack. Now we did a test pack for our normal stuff just to make sure everything would fit in our bags. But the tech test was incredibly important. Now, if you're traveling domestically, this is not as critical because you can go to the store and get things. What we found traveling in Ireland is it wasn't easy to just go and get the cable we needed, right? Like it was a little bit tough. And so
there's some challenges.
Taking all, what we did was we did our dining room table, we took all of our tech, laid it all out, looked at what kind of charging did everything need, what kind of connecting cables to make it work. We ended up taking our Roku with us as well. Actually, we took our Roku with us on both of these trips, which we probably should talk about that. We can't show you because it's plugged into our TV. But we took a little Roku streaming stick with us and the associated cable that went with it, the HDMI cable, just in case there was different kind of plug-in at the condo. So that way we had options. So we could say, hey, we could do our Roku, which we used successfully in Ireland and in Orlando, worked great. With our accounts that we already have for Netflix and Disney Plus and things. And we also took a small HDMI cable because if the Roku didn't work for whatever reason in that country, then we could just plug in the HDMI, and we have a little adapter. It's an HDMI to Lightning cable adapter that plugs into our phones. Yeah. So we could actually, I could pull up Netflix on my phone.
You can cast a movie. Yep. You can also go from a laptop to a computer as well, to the TV as well. So if you have if you have your digital rights to your like Blu-ray movies
Sure.
on that are logged into like YouTube or something
Or
like
Movies
that.
Anywhere.
Movies Anywhere, all the various services, Vudu or whatever it might be, where you have purchased movies, but you also get the digital version as well. You can then go ahead and stream those movies as well. That's another option you can do.
So it was nice to carry an HDMI cable with us, especially when we went over there, because we just didn't know what was going to work. But the Roku worked remarkably well. So think about that. When we're traveling with a family, having the ability to all sit down and watch a movie together, that is something especially comforting for the kids.
Especially those first few days, it's really comforting for them.
It was a little disorienting for them to be like, let's just put on Frozen, and the kids were really excited about that. I mean, we weren't super excited, but they were excited.
Yeah.
So think about the tech that you're going to have there too. So we kind of laid everything out on the table and just thought like, what if we couldn't get anything else? What if this is everything? Do we have backup batteries? Do we have the connecting cables? Can we charge everything? Do we have enough wall
Do you
warts?
need to bring DVDs of movies? Do you need to get a DVD sleeve case because potentially you're not going to have access to things and whatever.
Right. It's a great thing too to ask if you're going to do like an Airbnb, is there a DVD player there? And they can tell you, or ask if there's a Roku. We didn't ask this last time in Orlando, and there's a Roku on every TV. It was like, oh, we didn't need to even pack that.
Yeah, we didn't.
So good to find out some of these things. So this is our favorite tech stuff. I'm sure we're tech people, so I'm sure we'll accumulate something else on our next trip. But for now, these are the things that we won't travel without.
Yeah, these are kind of unique things. I mean, we also had our tablets and our iPad, and we had our Kindles and all
the
that
normal stuff.
All the normal stuff. But these are the kind of the unique things that we've accumulated over the last 2 years.
Yeah, and it's funny too. Even things like raising up your monitors and stuff. It just feels like, oh, is that really important? At some point, yeah, it is important. It's important to
Especially
make sure that you're comfortable.
Older. We have older necks and stuff.
It's just good to make sure that whatever, especially if you're going to stay for several months someplace, that you really are comfortable and that you bring the things that are going to help, ease, your homeschool and your life in that place. And you just can't assume, especially overseas, that you can get everything that you need.
I totally agree.
Good to pack it before you go. We hope this was helpful to everybody and getting a view of our tech things that we love. So thanks, and let us know if there's something in the comments. Let us know if there's something you can't travel without. That's something techie, because we're always itching to get something new.
Yep.
So let us know.
Yep.